first of all, Damian Green, what's your reaction to the news that PCS union members will go on strike?
I think the union leadership is behaving in a selfish and irresponsible way, seeking to damage the reputation of the country at obviously a very important time, and they've got no mandate to do it. Only a fifth of their members voted in this ballot, and of those small minority that voted, only just over half voted to strike. So there's no desire for a strike, there's certainly no reason for a strike, it's just selfish, irresponsible politicking.
How frustrating is it that they've picked the day before the Olympics to go ahead and do this?
Well, they've obviously picked the day before the Olympics to try and cause maximum damage to the reputation of this country. That's why I think it is so selfish and irresponsible. No sensible trade union leadership would be trying to do this. I think from across the political spectrum, and perhaps more importantly throughout the general public, people won't understand why this is happening, and they'll contrast the behaviour of the PCS leadership with the soldiers and the policemen who are giving up their free time, giving up leave in some cases to help out at the Olympics.
How will the borders cope? What contingencies do you have in place?
Well, we have been training up hundreds of extra people, other civil servants, people like Minister of Defence Police, to make sure that we can keep our borders secure and at the same time allow the guests to this country to have a smooth experience of coming in. That's been working extremely well since we went into the full Olympic mode, which we've been in all week. So we do have this contingency reserve of people, and obviously we'll be using them on the strike day.
But will people be properly trained? Because when issues have come up in the past with regard to the borders, there's been criticism coming out from various people saying that the staff that end up on the borders aren't properly trained. Well,
that's why we've been training them for a long time, so that as every week passes, they get more experienced at it. We've had some people who've been working there throughout the summer. We've had others who were there on previous strike days that the PCS has called. So we know that we can keep our borders secure and that we can have enough people there to man the desk so that the passengers experience a reasonable flow through the airports and ports, and we'll be doing that on the strike day as well.
Will you be meeting with Mark Sawatka and the PCS union to try to resolve this? Because that's what they're saying they want you to do.
Well, I've met PCS representatives to have general discussions many times over the past 2 months. The idea that ministers don't meet the PCS is simply not true. I've met them in various parts of the country. But detailed negotiations shouldn't happen between politicians and general secretaries. I don't think anyone wants to go back to the old days of beer and sandwiches with trade union barons at number 10. Those were the days that brought this country to its knees in the 1970s, and I think no one, except possibly Mark Sawatka, wants to go back to those days.
The unions say the reason this strike is going ahead because the lives of staff on the borders have been made intolerable by the cuts and they're at breaking point.
Well, one can only look at the facts. Of the PCS membership, 4/5 of them, 80% of them, didn't even bother to vote in this ballot. Of those that voted, nearly half voted not to strike. So this idea that the union is putting out that they're all at breaking point is clearly flies in the face of the facts.
And just finally, so you won't be reconsidering any of the union's demands?
No, there are permanent talks between the civil service and the unions, but everyone should be clear, they are calling a strike on the eve of the Olympics to do maximum damage to this country. That strike would be irresponsible and selfish, and I very much hope that many PCS members, as well as members of other unions, work normally on the strike day.